Mic check, 1 2 1 2. This is MC O'Dizzle in the Hizzle, and you've just stumbled across the best podcast you'll ever listen to, with your hosts Owen and Phil. What? You don't know what podcast you're listening to? Well, let me tell you. It's Wave of Absurdity, Modesty, a free-flowing deformity, masters of perversity, complexity and obscenity, runs from authority, furious in captivity, mounds of reality, penetrating sanity, worldwide infamy, debating with hostility, rarely with nobility, filled because of spirit. Owen gives to charity, a model of society, a picture of the world to be. This is absurdity. Hey everybody, it's a podcast. Welcome to Wave of Absurdity. Now we're going to start off the delightful podcast on a mystical, magical note, because we're going to open up a fortune cookie that I bought from the store. So we're going to open it up, we're going to see our fortune, and it's probably going to predict accurately the way this podcast is going to go. So let's just open
This is news to me.
Okay, it says, what the hell? Today you should receive good news by email.
Oh, all right. That could mean a variety of things. We got some spam.
Maybe we should reply to all of those Ugandan officials.
Yeah, just throwing this out here. I don't mind spam if it's handwritten. I don't like that generic stuff. All right. It's kind of an ominous start to a podcast.
I'm excited for it, though. So, Phil, naturally, as always, tell us what's coming up on today's show.
I don't feel like doing that this time. I feel like we're just going to do it. There's a format. Trust me. There's stuff written down. We can just bypass the table of contents and go right to the meat of the story, if that's all right with you. The meat of the podcast. We'll peel away the feathers of absurdity and dive in to the chicken meat of Owen and Phil. How about that?
No.
All right. Hey, Owen, you're a guy, right?
I like to think I'm a guy's guy, yeah.
We have talked in the past about what it was like when a young man strikes out on his own and you're in your first place by yourself without, no roommates, no parents, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that the main activity that a young man at that time would do would be furiously masturbate, however he felt like, yes?
Pretty much in all the rooms, just doesn't matter.
Well, I figure with the way the internet has destroyed most of the ways to have a true physical sensation, that we would do a public service announcement. Maybe help those young men with some new and unusual ways to experience that freedom. I have two myself. You might be able to chime in with a third. I don't know.
Absolutely, Phil. I'm very excited to see how this is all going to pan out.
I bet you are. I think you're going to like my first personal favorite of stimulating yourself when you don't have to worry about...
This is your personal favorite.
My personal favorite. I call it the Lonely Island. What you do is you fill up the bathtub full of cold water. Then you get into the bathtub and you make sure the water level is just so that when your erect penis is sticking out, only the penis head is sticking out. That's the only part visible, like a little island out in the middle of nowhere. Then you get 2 or 3 flies that you have plucked one of the wings off of, and you put them on that lonely island. And then you watch as they buzz, 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 and hopefully, eventually, you will get off. Lonely Island. Try it out if you have the opportunity. Are you going to try out the Lonely Island?
What am I going to do, Mr. Miyagi fucking flies out of the air and just... Oh, crikey, I'm gonna pop your... I mean, what do you do? You get a fly in your hand? Quick, run the bath! I don't understand. I mean, no, I won't try that.
Look, you're worried about logistics. All right, let me get some flies. I'll tell you how it goes.
Right, I got flies now. What? Now I got to get the bath? Oh, it's just going to be... No.
All right. Well, The other one I haven't had a chance to try out, but I'm eager. It requires that you live in a high earthquake zone. I like to call it the San Francisco Shuffle. Now, I don't know if you're aware, Owen, but when an earthquake strikes, probably if you're in a residence, one of the safest places you can be is in a door frame. You know,
Is it?
well, it is just by virtue of generally you're not going to have stuff fall on you if you're, you know, maybe you can get into a closet. But you're not here at Wave of Absurdity for safety advice. You're just here for this. So, in a door frame, you will attach your whatever you like for simulated sex, be it a fleshlight or a bag of Jell-O that you stuffed into a piece of PVC. What you want to do is mount that on the emergency door frame. The door frame you will run to when there's an earthquake. Then, naturally, when there is an earthquake, you insert your erect penis, you put your hands up on high on the door frame, and you don't move. You try your best not to move, and you let the earth do her thing. It's like, apparently, getting jerked off by Mother Nature herself. So...
You're just gonna have a permanent fleshlight attached to the door frame.
Alright, well, you know, maybe not to the kitchen where people go, maybe in your own... Again, you're a young man living alone in an earthquake zone. Fuck yeah,
do
hammer.
you want to sell the house or your parents come over? It's like, yeah, come on over.
Fleshlight.
Don't worry about that.
A fleshlight in every room. That's my motto.
That's messed up, son.
Alright, well, do you have any advice you could give a young man that's about to masturbate? What would you tell that young man right now if he were listening?
If you were listening.
He's just taking off his pants, and he's like, I'm going to masturbate to a podcast. Why not? How would you make it better for him?
Well, I wouldn't make it better. I'll give you some advice. The Hoover looks like a great idea, but it is not.
Hoover. Who can fit their penis in a Hoover? All right. Took myself a little opportunity to state the size and girth of my penis is bigger than that of the input of a vacuum cleaner.
Well, that's why it's not a good idea.
Yeah. What's been going on with you lately, Owen?
Oh, you know. What about you?
Vacuum sex?
What?
I said vacuum sex? Hoover sex?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a phone call the other day, if you can believe it.
Oh, phones? Who uses them at this age?
It was 000-777-7777. And normally, I would do my little cop routine. You know, like I answer and I pretend it's a, you know, just to get the callers away, the salespeople. And it sounded like somebody with an accent that I couldn't place saying, I don't know if they were saying referendum or refrain from, but it was just like, referendum. And then they just hung up. And I'm like, what the fuck? It was like the weirdest phone call I have ever gotten. I like to think that it was like a sleeper cell, like it was an activation code, and they just called the wrong number.
It's O'Neill's parents. They don't like the way you treat him.
Yeah. Refrain from. Fuck O'Neill.
They were saying retribution. There will be retribution.
Why does it always have to be so harsh? Even your alternate personalities don't like
He's
me.
a real person for the... Oh.
All right. Well, if you're still with us, we'd like for you to listen to some emails we got about a little something we call heroes and villains. That's right, plural, because we've done more than one of them now.
Quick, add some superhero music. Heroes and villains.
Note to self, turn volume down.
It's going to sound really cool.
As long as you have the volume in the right spot. All right. In this, heroes and villains, we present you a scenario, and you must choose which one will suit you, the listener, best in your chances for survival. Last podcast, we asked who you would want I should say. We asked who you would want to be the hero in a situation where you're on an airplane and you're having some champagne with the hero, and the villain destroys the cockpit, runs, has a parachute on, drops one parachute at the floor. Again, you're two people, you and the hero. And then the villain jumps out of the plane, shoots a machine gun up in the air to let you know that he means business and that the plane's about to crash. How do you survive that? What's your best option, Owen or Phil, in which role? Owen, did you even look at the emails?
I actually have Monique's one up right now.
Are you going to read it, perhaps?
Nope.
All right. I will.
I would want...
You're a cock nugget.
I would want Phil as the villain just because I would love to see him jump out of a plane while shooting a machine gun like a lunatic, laughing mainly mechanical. I know the word, damn it.
Oh. Okay.
Give me time. It's in the brain. Maniacally. You read it.
Well, you already got past the maniacally part. Technically, she spelled it manically, so.
Owen and I would be too busy laughing at Phil and watching him fall
Whoa! Sorry, she just got done saying she'd like to... Oh, I see. She would love to see me jump out, not because it would look funny, but because she wants me to die.
And Owen and I would be too busy laughing at Phil and watching him fall to the earth to even bother preventing the plane from crashing. We'd probably try to figure out what made Phil snap so hard that he'd want to kill pilots and bring the plane down. Maybe he ended up experiencing some of the problems Owen did with the blue shell. If Owen ever did stop the plane, he'd probably only do it to save himself and then ditch me later. But he'd still save my life.
Jeez. That kind of was lose-lose there. You really going to spend time talking about the psychology of why somebody would smash? Well, I guess I should take that. Cody said, I think Phil would be the hero and Owen the villain because Owen has a fucked up mind and I can see him fucking up a plane because he had a dream about it. And Phil, I just got to say you're too old to fuck up a plane. No. How is that? All I got to do is...
You're old and weak.
Yeah, I know. Aren't working. Bust into the cockpit. God damn it. All right, well, I don't know if I agree with that, but hey, that's their prerogative. We have Scott, who indicated that... Oh, he called it the Champagne Plummet, which I thought was kind of a classy name. In this scenario, Champagne Plummet, I would see Owen as the bad guy. All right, and Phil is my awkward, formal guest, seeing as we are in a cargo plane, for some reason. Our special agents... Ah, no, I would be the only special agent. You would be in a red dress. And Owen is our Bond villain, and he has sex with a panda on the way down because things. 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 Welcome to the Wave of Absurdity podcast with your host, Phil. I'll be reading another email. This one's from Emily. I pick Owen to be my buddy and Phil to be the big meanie. That's technically not the term we're looking for. Who likes to murder airplane pilots, I'm a villain now, and piss on people's shoes. I choose Owen because I know that Owen has played some flight simulators in the past, so he might possibly be able to land a plane safely. I've logged more time in the fake skies than Owen has.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
How many years have you clocked in playing flight simulators?
Yeah, well, no, I've done it. No, I've gone from Microsoft 2004 to Microsoft. No, not Microsoft. Flight X, and the new one, Microsoft. What is that? Just the
I'm
free flights, so
positive
it's not as in depth. But I know how to fly planes.
that even though
I think.
I have not played in the past 5 years, that it's not like the principles of the simulator have changed and easily have doubled your virtual cockpit time. All right.
See,
I'm
I've
gonna
been playing it way recently. Then I was playing it just like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I sat in an airplane cockpit
I've been in the cockpit too.
of a fighter jet.
Yes.
No,
It wasn't flying, but yes.
mine. It looks like it was flying.
Wow.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
No.
You win, people. You win. You got us not liking each other. Nothing like this has ever occurred on Wave of Absurdity before. All right. I think it's time to present the new scenario in a much more simplified form to allow you to use your imagination to figure out what is your best chance of survival in this situation. And it's gone. No, all right. You, the listener, are with the hero, and you are on the caboose of a moving train, Old Western style. You, the listener, your legs, they're broken once again. The villain is in the engine room, the engine car, and he's making his way back to start disconnecting cars, and the hero has to carry you and somehow get past the villain to the engine car to stop it before you plummet off a bridge at some point. What are your best chances for survival? Owen or Phil is the hero. The other person becomes the villain. Where's the email at, Owen? Where's the email at?
It's on the internet.
I doubt it. Why? How? How do you get in touch with us?
By email, waveofabsurdity@hotmail.com. I like saying hotmail.
You
Hotmail.
do like hot mail.
Hotmail.
All right. Well,
I have a bone to pick with you quickly.
Oh, Christ. Go ahead.
Christ. No, right. I spend a lot of time doing this podcast, whether it's editing or searching for features or, a lot of features that I do.
Sorry.
Shoots down. Just
Insert
willy-nilly.
note.
And I spent a lot of
Violin
time
music.
last week looking for cringe audio.
Right.
And I mentioned that to you. You're like, yeah, I'll put it on the list. You never did, and we didn't get to do cringe audio. My favorite feature, because of your incompetence.
Do you have an audio recording of me saying, yeah, I'll put it on the list?
Yes.
You do not. If you present that, I'll be more than happy to acknowledge my mistake, but I'm almost positive that we never put it on the list, which you should be keeping separate, a separate list on your own.
My name's Phil, and I'll put it on the list.
Would Owen rather, has been retired. I'm sorry, that's too awkward of a contest. So we're putting in a new one. Well, I am anyway. That pause was for some dramatic music. This is called the News Challenge for Owen.
Is this just a recycled thing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I explain? What do you think the idea is?
You give me a news article, I have to read it without laughing.
Wrong! I present you with 4 titles. 3 of them are actual news articles. One of them is something I made up. I will be reading them to you in the way that they appear in the URL, which is usually, this very long thing, but then a string of words with hyphens. So we're just going to jump right into it. If you win, you will be able to, in the manner of your choosing, give away a prize that I will read to you if you win.
Sweet.
Are you ready?
Dude, I'm so excited right now.
Your fake enthusiasm makes me rock hard. All right, here we go.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's come on. What are you doing? Just run around.
Here we go. Safety study. Sheep on meth are shocked with tasers. Man died after having sex chicken. Unruly woman belting out Whitney Houston songs kicked off flight. Tampa teen charged with multiple genital assault. Now, 3 of these have a link to an actual news story. One of them is just something I made up.
Now, man has sex chicken.
Man died after having sex chicken.
Okay, so man died after having... see, I think that could be you, and you telling me about your chicken this morning may lead me to believe that you have chicken on the brain, which could lead to that one, or it could just be a red herring. I think it's either between that or man convicted of multiple genital whatever it was.
Tampa teen charged with multiple genital assault.
So I think that one's a real one, actually. So I think sex chicken is you, because you like to project things.
That's a pretty hefty claim. All right,
I've got the photos to prove it.
You will know. I will paste in Skype. It will either be an actual link that you can click or just some words from a notepad. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh.
Oh, you can go ahead and quickly look at that and summarize it, if you would, for the listener.
See, I have heard about this before, but...
well, then what the hell?
I think... Yeah, I should have thought about that.
All right. Well, he blew it, people. He blew it. Thank you for playing, Owen. Thank you for playing. And, yes, to the people that sent in emails about the last Would You Rather, I appreciate it. I didn't forget about you. Just let me suss that one out, and then we'll get you in a contest for something. You will not be forgotten.
Now,
So,
Phil. Now, I wanted to get your honest opinion on my delightful song, my intro that I made. I didn't show it to you beforehand because I wanted you to hear it for the first time. I want you to virgin ears to hear the greatness that was the intro. What did you think of it?
I skipped it.
Okay.
I went right to MouthPhil, and then I just kind of jumped around. So I haven't actually listened to it.
Well,
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to have that like something ready now? That's
kind of
awkward.
It's kind of upsetting.
Oh, Cringe Audio is next on Wave of Absurdity at Hotmail. You like saying Hotmail, right? That'll make you feel better. At Hotmail. Hotmail.com.
Cringe Audio, I scour the internet, find videos, and this one's about some rapper with issues. Bad music. That's not good. As good as music as I have.
Maybe you can translate for any fellow Americans listening.
All right, well, play the clip.
Insult to injury.
Yo, going out to ladies, yo. All the ladies watching. Fat, small, thin, tall.
This is where he makes out with his fingers right there.
I want to be your man. I want about 1,000 ladies, baby. And you know when you can handle them all, right? And going out to Ravi. These are warning shots, Ravi. Warning shots. Keep spitting stuff about the triads. I'll call up my Hong Kong boys, innit? And you're a fucking dead man, boy.
The triad.
Warning shots, boy.
He's flailing about.
Warning shots, boy.
Oh, I'm terrified right now.
He turned into a woman.
It's a triple try, 1 and 2, Ravi. I got loads of hit, man. You are so crazy. It's a triple try, 1 and 2, Ravi.
He's got rhythm.
You are so crazy.
He's got the rhythm of the chicken fucker.
This is my beef track. I might crush you and tear your ass in the back.
It's kind of sexual. He's gonna get you in your bath.
Don't give a flying motherfucking fuck. I might shoot your knees, catch you, my draw out magnum. Tell your body parts to chew all the meat fight so they can get some. MCs destroy DJs, I repeat MCs destroy DJs. One confident better performing, that's what I'll say.
I don't trust any rapper that has to read from a document.
You are so crazy. It's trying to triple 1 and 2, Ravi. I got loads of hit, man. You are so crazy. Oh.
I thought that was you for a second.
I'm insulted.
It says in some of the file description, I've got an underground album. Yes. There's a reason it's underground.
Why has he not been successful? Now, you said that you don't like rappers that can that have to read off the fat rhyme. So why don't you just give us a fat rhyme off the top of your head?
Well, no. I never claimed to be a rapper taking warning shots. Well, no. I know my limitations and bounds. I'm Who's a chicken fucker?
We'll see.
All right.
Right. Well, that's another disappointment for the listeners, I'm sure.
Top comment. You're a disgrace to the UK.
I thought that was my spot.
Christ almighty. Why don't we have a Phil-centric moment?
Right, well. I mean, should I bother if you won't even bother rapping?
Again. Limitations and bounds, skipping that because I know it will either...
So
just
I've
because
come
you're trying
up with,
lure me into some
puns
cringe-worthy audio of your
I
own,
am a
you
great-
cringe harvester. Sorry, what?
I have come up with some Phil-named based games. Now, Phil has always poo-pooed some of my ideas, but they turn out to be the greatest features of any podcast. I mean, just look at MouthPhil. Look where that's gotten us. It's gotten us to the sky. So we're going to be playing Feeling Phil.
Christ.
Just it's a play on feeling ill, feeling Phil. Now, this award-seeking feature is when Phil picks a body part and tells how he's doing, or how that part's doing. I believe he's done the left knee and left arm and wrist. So
I have
Phil,
so checked out. What?
So if you could pick another body part and tell us how it's doing.
I'm touching my nose as we speak. I'm rubbing the bridge of my nose.
And how is it?
It feels filled with the congestion of Owen. Unpleasant. Is that a lorry? Your language. All right. Well, that's not the Phil-centric segment I was referring to.
Philinko.
Yeah. Did you build your Philinko board?
Not yet. So the other great game that I have thought of is Fill in the Blank. This is the part where Phil fills in the blank. Basically, I read out a quote that's either well-known or not, and I will stop whenever I see fit, and then Phil has to fill in the blank.
Make it better. I'm not trying to guess what the quote is. I'm just trying to make it better.
Exactly. You're just trying to add your own Philism onto it.
Philism! God bless you.
The love of my family and the admiration of friends is much more important than...
The will to disseminate the truth. Yeah. Right? Not bad. Thank you.
To be interested solely in technique would be a very...
Sweet fruit.
All right. Every kid has a bug period.
A what?
A bug period.
Ah. And it unlocks the golden door of freedom. Huh? Yeah.
That's a terrible feature.
Come on. All right. Fine. How about your little contest, which you owe me because you fucked me?
No. If you're gonna go there,
I've already gone there and you've already agreed.
yeah, okay. So the people that don't know, Phil decided to call me out on lateral thinking because what did I do?
I asked you a very specific yes or no question. Were his parents born in the United States? And you did not answer yes or no. Sure, I didn't call you out on it then, but the fact of the matter remains.
I clarified the question for you. And excuse me for trying to help.
You threw me off the trail.
You can't... Fine, it doesn't matter. So we have to do a real lateral thinking because this crybaby demanded one. So lateral thinking, you're playing for the great game, The Walking Dead, the Telltale game. So Phil, it's all on you. So how it's going to go, I'm going to read out the lateral thinking question, and then Phil has a minute to ask as many yes or no questions as he pleases, and then I ask him for the answer.
Don't read anything. I'm choking on knowledge.
A man lies dead in a room with 53 bicycles in front of him.
What?
What?
Is that it?
Yep.
I'm supposed to figure out how he died, I guess?
Yes, why?
How did that all come about?
Why is he dead?
All right.
So I will read it again, and then the minute will go. A man lies dead in a room with 53 bicycles in front of him. How did he die? Time starts now.
He's in a room. Does it have was there any impact damage?
Yes.
He's in a room. Did the bikes fall?
No.
Were the bikes moving?
No.
Was he moving?
No. Yes.
At all? Was he moving at all?
No.
He wasn't moving at all, and the bikes didn't follow him. Was he involved in the construction of the bikes?
No.
Did he move the bikes at all?
Yes.
In any way? 53. Oh, shit. Did he die from a bicycle directly?
No.
But 53. Were any of the bicycles related to his death?
No. Yes. Nope, time's up.
Physically. Answer that one.
No.
He was trying to blow up 53 I guess 106 bicycle tires with his own breath and died. I don't know, I'm at a fucking loss.
You are absolutely wrong. The bicycles are bicycle playing cards. The man was cheating at
52.
cards, and when the extra card was found, he was killed by the other players.
52, I see. Well, hopefully I won't notice anything wrong in the audio.
You're so stupid.
When you publish this. Oh, wow. Shoe is on the other foot.
You've got me all riled up. I'm ready. Ooh, I'm ready to debate.
Debate what? Ah, you can't type first. No. That was definitely audible, so I win. You broke. Master debater. Now, this is where we usually take a rather mundane, I don't want to call it a controversy. We'll say a little versus. And we will use 5 minutes broken down into 3 separate stages. to present our case for or against something, and then you, the listener, can chime in on our skills and vote for who presented the most elucidated argument, and not just who's more popular. Owen, what happened last week?
So, I have the results here in front of me. The last master debater we did was gift cards, for or against. Now, people voted on my fan page, which you can go to by www.facebook.com/groups/PCGamer999. I know it's convoluted, but that's where you can vote.
If you've used the internet before, it shouldn't be too hard to find PC Gamer 999 on Facebook.
Well, exactly. And I was against gift cards, and Phil was for gift cards, and I have the results in, and the winner of Master Debate is me. People hate gift cards. Do you know why? Because they're shitty and there's no thought behind it. And
the debate is over.
They realize that thoughtfulness is the way to go. So well done, people.
I still feel that it was a vote for Owen and not a vote for your argument.
See,
there were
you
some
can't
people.
keep using
There was
this
some new
against me,
peoples.
isn't
There was some new people, and I feel like they voted from the heart for a person, not from a logical standpoint presented by a magnificent argument.
See, he just gets a bit bitter because he keeps losing.
Shut up.
So, we're going to start this off. If you don't know how this works, we go to random number generator. I'm even, Phil's odd. We click it and we see who gets to pick the topic, and then we do it again. And that person who gets to pick who goes first. So the number is 14. Ooh, prime pickings. Do I want to be... Did we tell what the... Yeah, we did.
I don't think we did. I was just focusing on the fact that I think my deodorant wore out. Ugh.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry. The topic at hand is actually something that would be in hand.
It's pens or pencils.
The debate continues.
Age-old debate of pens and pencils. So I think I will go for... I'll go for pencil.
Bring me my notepad. Guess which item I am using to keep track of things here. I'll never tell you. I will never tell you.
It's obviously a pencil. All right, I will generate again. 25, Phil. You decide who goes first.
I'm sorry, you're taking pens?
Yes. No, pencils.
Damn.
Don't you try and fool me, you silly goose.
All right. You can go first. I don't know why I had to think
Phil
about
never
that.
goes first when he's on the time. Do you know why? Because he's a bloody pussy.
Oh, sorry. You can't use that in your process, people.
I will take my first 2 minutes.
Oh, no, wait, no, I didn't set up a timer.
Now, ladies, lords, gentlemen, children, welcome to the debate. Firstly, thank you for this prestigious college for hosting tonight's debate.
Oh, where's the
It's going to
timer?
be a great one. Now, my opponent has already lost this great debate of the ages simply because of the permanent and just bold nature of his utensil.
Get on with it.
Hey, how you doing, Bob? Now, let's list the pros of a pencil before we go in and smash Phil's argument about everything. Pencils. What are pencils good? Pencils are good for the mothers, the fathers, the children, the doers of life. It's suitable for them. Why? Because just like mothers, fathers, and anybody, we all make mistakes. And pencils allow us to erase those mistakes and create new and illustrious fine works or just a neatly written letter. They allow us to reverse our human mistakes. They are the perfect utensil for a imperfect person.
Sorry, you can't stop to seek out gloating rights in the middle of a debate.
So, again, pencils, they're going to be used for all sorts of things, and you don't have to worry about mucking up like you do with a pen there. So let's quickly demolish the pen stance here. Now, a major thing that you have to worry about is ink. Oh no, the pen's cracked and there's ink leaking all over the place. Oh, you got a nice new white shirt? Uh-oh, no you don't anymore. It's either black, blue or red. Absolutely. Do you know how hard ink is to get out of a goddamn t-shirt? I'm telling you, it's impossible. Pens ruin new fabric like no tomorrow, and my time's up. And I'm annoyed with that.
I still have some time registered here, but that's all right. I'll fix this before I take my 2 minutes, which I don't think we explained to people. Or did I just phase out when you were explaining that?
Get on with it.
I will take my 2 minutes. Now, I won't bother wasting time with trying to sound nice. I'm going to get right to the point. When was the last time you saw somebody with an ink stain on their shirt? Allow me to say right off the bat, pen technology has advanced past the point that unless you're rock climbing with a pen or something, you're not going to have ink leak out into your pocket. You know what's more annoying than ink? Little bits of rubber waste. That's right, you're erasing. That makes a bit of a mess. And what do? You just blow it away. You just blow it away like the inconsiderate child that requires a pencil. Oh, I made a mistake. A pencil mistake. Oh, did you color outside of the lines? Man up. Use a pen. Don't make mistakes. Pencils are for pussies. It doesn't just sound good. It's a truth. I would like to think that back in the day, you wrote with a quill and ink on a piece of parchment, and there was no room for mistakes. Sure, you could sprinkle a little sand on there, but it's just not the same. You make your thoughts, then you write them down. You don't just, I'm going to just start writing for the hell of it because I have a pencil. Oh, I don't like any of that. Scrub, 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 scrub. That's just not worth it. Save yourself some time. Use a pen. Think strong. Don't worry about ink stains. That's ludicrous. Plus, with the advances in certain ballpoint technology, you can't tell me that the friction caused from a pencil is worth it after having the smooth glide of a German-manufactured. Oh my god, I just realized my mistake in saying a German manufactured pen. No! Oh, I already started the timer. Just go.
I will take my 2 minutes. Now, nice remark there, my Führer. So, before we get to all of that, let's just quickly dismantle Phil's petty and disillusional arguments here. Now Phil says, hey, don't make mistakes. Again, we are imperfect beings. We're always going to make mistakes. And he made a mistake by saying Germany, which will come back to bite him in the ass soon. Now, accidents happen, Phil. Accidents happen, all right? So a kid can be chewing on a pen, you drop your pen, you roll over your pen on your roller chair, your next thing you know, you got red on you. I mean, have you seen Shaun of the Dead? Things like that happen. Now,
what a dated movie reference.
Should I also mention that Phil goes on about the advancements? Ooh, the advancements of pens. Pencils don't need advancements because they work just fine as is. You don't need to upgrade it. You know when you get a pencil, you know what you're doing. You don't need to worry about, is the glide so smooth? No, you don't need to worry about any of that. You get a pencil, you know what you're getting. It's very simple, it's very easy. And of course, you don't need to innovate on perfection. Now, let's say, there you are, you're in the classroom, kid's bullying you. He's been bullying you for years and years, and you finally had enough with him.
What the hell is this?
Should I remind you that pencils, once sharpened, are great weapons? Absolutely great weapons. Oh, you're writing a nice essay. Soap to your dome, bitch. Stab him in the neck. Now, I'm not advocating that you can, so you should stab a bully in the neck, but I'm just saying that pencils can be used as a great defensive mechanism, a great defensive mechanism. So, of course, I've still got 5 seconds. You're carrying a writing and a weapon utensil. What more could you possibly need?
Take my 2 minutes now. Alright, I don't mean to just solely attack the character of my opponent, but what a rapist. Did you see how fast he went from, it's a great offense, I mean defensive. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you meant.
Could be used as
I see now why you like the cold, sharpened point of a pencil, because you're a sociopath, and obviously a pen is too sophisticated a writing object and a weapon for your primitive murderous needs.
Murderous.
Now, not only are you murderous, I can't help but feel that you've dug yourself a little hole in which you lament about me talking about pen technology when you, and I know this is going to be a bit of a scandal, you have never, by your own admission, used a mechanical pencil before. And you want to talk about the technology of pens and a child rolling around with a pen in his pocket. I don't want to argue about people making mistakes, because that's not what this debate is about. The pen integrity, I believe, would hold in that little farcical scenario that Owen set up for you. Again, let's just keep in mind that this man has no idea what he's talking about. He's used a pencil all his life, generally using colors. I mean, they're not even regular number 2 pencils. The master pencil race in a subservient writing culture. He's using little Crayola pencils. You want to take his advice? You want to... Go ahead. Take your red pencil and jam it in the next person that yells at you because you got eraser waste all over their clean floor. You can go to hell. Throw that in there.
That would take my remaining 1 minute. Now, I actually have pencils in front of me, which feels a bit of a knobhead.
Of course,
and it
you
is
do.
actually a HB number 2, and it's made in Germany. Going back to Germany quickly, and Phil claiming that I'm the murderous one. Need I say, if Hitler's signatures were written in pencil, when they signed him into office and when he was sending out his orders, if he had written it into pencil, somebody could have just come along and rubbed it out, and we would have saved ourselves a whole lot of hassle. Do you know why Phil's advocating for the permanency of pens? Because Phil takes pleasure in the knowledge of the murder and death of innocents. So if you do vote for the permanent pens, you are practically saying Hitler was right, and you are advocating your Hitler supreme leader, mein Führer, Phil Skimbosh. All right, don't vote for pens. Pens are the Adolf's creation.
Sorry, the what creation?
Nothing.
I'll take my minute now. Well, if you're like me, you completely phased out right there, because Owen started off his little tangent by admitting that he had a German pencil right in front of him. What do I have in front of me? What am I doing? Oh yeah, pens. I have a pen from Profile Lab. When you get a promotional writing object, who gives you pencils? No. You get a pen. Boom. There. The tip's out. Boom. Now it's gone. No problem. I can put it in my pocket. I can put it in the desk. It's not going to mark things up. Forget about all this Hitler business. I mean, he was a maniac in a way, and he also used pens because he was an adult. Owen, I'm sorry that you have multiple pencils in front of you, but you shouldn't take that out in the rest of the world by going right for the jugular. A vote for Phil is a vote for normalcy. Was that your alarm right there?
Well, that was a very interesting one, and I've got to say, Phil, I don't think you've held up well to my debates at all.
All right. Well, I think everybody should go and when it appears, vote for who you like best.
No. Yes, do you like Hitler or do you like normal people?
Oh, Christ. There's something I don't remember. I have to quickly read off an email from Scott. I think a roller coaster accidental death would be the best. You go out with a thrill and blackness or something you don't see coming. Why did we get that? What were we were talking about death at some point, weren't we?
The best way to die.
Oh, right.
And I said I could take on a great white shark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was ludicrous. I got trapped in a cemetery yesterday, and as I was looping around, I noticed, I guess, a newer portion of the cemetery, and there was even like a freshly dug grave. It was so crowded, you could see that they're overlapping. Like, there's no way. Like, what do they tilt the coffin sideways so it would take up less space? And it made me almost very claustrophobic. Like, Christ, that's just not. I need to be burned. I need to go and have a living will or not.
I can do that for you. I'll burn you.
Yeah, I need to get that out there on like public record. That, yeah, due to my beliefs, I would rather you just do the economical and environmentally friendly, non-terrain wasting burning.
I want a Viking burial.
Yeah, well, that would probably be cost prohibitive to get the licenses for that.
So,
Unless you own some property.
just send me out. Get the flaming arrows and the archers. Dur, dur.
Sorry. With your budget, we could probably just settle upon a flaming archer. Hey-o! Boing! So, all right. On record, Owen and I both want to burn. Let us know.
I want to burn in a cool way, though. I don't want to be a pansy. Like Phil. Ooh, I'm going to get into a giant tumble dry and get my bones crushed and put into paste. That's what they do after they burn you know that?
No, I didn't.
They put you in a giant washing machine that's got ball bearings and it smushes up your bones.
Does anybody get to get the paste?
Well, it's not, well, yes, your loved ones.
Roger
His
Kelly.
daddy.
Roger Kelly was arrested in St. George, Utah in June for rape of a female neighbor, but he told police that he committed the act only to save her since he had discovered her cold and unconscious. Those were quotes. He had violated her body only, quote, to try and get her temperature up, end quote, according to police report.
I
What
should
the
be
hell?
laughing about this.
I know. How can you try and pass that off to anybody? I mean, all right.
It's
Well,
not rape. It's CPR with my penis.
going to a slightly less serious potential sexual offense. Shower rooms and health clubs are slippery enough, but Mark Moskowitz, 66, cited the one at the Bally Total Fitness Gym on blah 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 as especially dangerous. According to his recent lawsuit, he claimed that so much gay male sex was occurring in the shower in the locker room area that he slipped on semen and broke his shoulder. How would you like to present that to a judge? I'm almost positive it was semen.
If there's so much gay sex going on, who's finishing on the floor?
If that bothers you, yeah. Like right in the doorway. They must be doing the San Francisco Shuffle. Right in the doorway and getting it all over. Plus, aren't those don't they have drains? Can't you just blast it with water in the shower? Well, I guess
Maybe there's just so much of it, it clogs up the drains.
Oh.
Just imagine the smell in a shower. All that steam. Ooh.
Jesus.
Just fluffers me gas just thinking about it.
All right, well, I think that's as good a note as any to head on out. We've reached almost an hour mark. I'm sure with editing, it's probably about 50 minutes.
We don't refer to my editing because we don't
It's
mind.
magical.
It is. They don't know when we've cut. Well, thanks everybody for listening to today's podcast. Again, email in waveofabsurdity@hotmail.com. Heroes and villains, if you have any advice that you would like to see us do, funny news links, anything really, just send it all in. Remember to vote on the Facebook fan page, just PC Gamer 999. I would explain it again, but Phil's like, people know how to work computers. No, they don't, Phil. No, they don't. And that's pretty much it. How would you say the podcast? No! It's Mamma Mia! That's a nice mouth, Phil.
Yes. Yes, it is. For some reason, I agreed to this as part of the criteria for trying to win the people a prize again.
How'd that work out for you?
Didn't work out. It reminds me of the time that I went and got a carny a cup of coffee so that he'd give me 2 or 3 tries at shooting the weird gun at the cup. Anyway.
Did you win?
No. It was like a baseball, but it was attached to a very long tube that you stuck in the gun, like a spring-loaded barrel. But all the balls were bent, so it wouldn't fly straight. But I figured after the first time, I'd be like, oh, I'll just, get used to the bend. But he never gave me the same ball, so it was...
I would have just, after I lost, I would just smash the coffee out of his hand.
I pissed him that. All right, I'm going to shut up and go get the item. You can explain why you have such a thing for this.
So today's MouthPhil adventure is ice. Yes, ice. Now, you might be saying, oh, well, how can Phil make head or tail of ice? It's absurd, people. This is what we do. It's Wave of Absurdity. Have you ever listened to a man eat ice on a podcast before? No! All right? No. I'm a trendsetter. I'm the ideas man. All right? Phil comes up with a few good ideas here and there. But compared to me, I mean, I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but I come up with a lot of the great ideas. So I don't think you will find a man eating ice on any other podcast, apart from Wave of Absurdity, and it keeps you hooked, and you want to come back and you're like, hey, I'm going to listen in. Oh, what are they going to do next? Oh, what's this? Phil stuck a crown up his ass. Watch out for that.
Again, with the crown up the ass. All right.
Crayon, actually.
So, I have here some chipped ice, but it's not just water. I froze cranberry juice.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Another name for cranberries is bounce berries, because they bounce when ripe. Today, cranberry sauce is an essential part of American and Canadian Thanksgiving celebrations. I just had really cold drool. Wow. 690 million pounds of cranberries will be produced in the United States this year. Wow. 1 cup. Oh, shit. 1 cup of cranberry sauce contains about 400 calories. Wow. I've got to admit, this was a good idea. This was tasty. Cranberry ice chips. Delicious.
Well, another one of my ideas goes down a storm.
What did you expect?
What? No, I'm saying, I'm not being sarcastic here.
Oh, I thought you were upset because I didn't use H2O.
I'm just saying that was a good idea. There was lots of crunchicity.
Yes, it was a very crunchy experience.
Well, how would you rate this podcast? Out
6.
of what? 6?
Yeah.
Out of what?
8.
Not bad.
6 out of 8.
Not bad.
It's a very common scale around here.
Is that?
-2 to 8. See,
Well,
it's even better now.
This is the part where we all crumble and I just ignore Phil. Goodbye, everybody.
I love you.
What about O'Neill's? You'll love me, dear Phil.
I've already left.
Hello, dear Phil.
I came back to tell you I'm
O'Neill's
leaving.
wife. What are you doing with my husband?
Would you, Owen, rather have...
Don't think you can get away.
What does that mean? All right. Would you rather have to jello wrestle another man nude in front of your family or wear a diaper and act like a baby in front of someone you have a crush on?
Oh, easy. Jello nude.
Jello
I
nude.
mean, let's face it. If you're in a family, the people have already seen you naked. So I'll just whip it out again and just, I don't mind. I can fight and have a tasty treat along the way.
I will lick you into submission, you tasty opponent.
Oh, I'm leaving now.
Wait, I have an interesting fact related to this.
Go on.
Pocahontas liked to entertain the English colonist by performing cartwheels in the nude. Just imagine if Pocahontas had been born later, or Jell-O had been invented earlier. Wow. The man who wrote that line is called Randy Horn. Quite the pseudonym, I believe. That's what you can take home with you at Wave of Absurdity, the podcast. Good night, Owen.
Good night, dear Phil.
Fuck you, O'Neill. I'm out.
Quick! Roleplay! Stop eating ice. Stop eating the ice. You're ruining my thinking mojo. We can be two animals, with two dogs. We are having intercourse. You can be the man, I can be the lady. You've stuck your knot in me, you're trapped. We're being chased by a predator, but we can unlock. Go. Oh, you got a big weenie? Go
Take
on.
it, bitch.
But
Take
ooh.
it.
Oh, is it in yet?
Why is this a vessel for you insulting me as an animal? I don't like these role plays. We're always running.
Ooh. Yeah. Woof woof.
All right. Well, I'm sure some of you will enjoy Dog Owen, you furry little bastards. But I'm out of here. This place has gotten too weird.
Meow. Sometimes I wonder what the fuck to do about that film. End podcast.
Sorry, I don't know why we just didn't end it earlier. Like everything was fine.
It's done. This isn't making it. Goodbye, Phil.